Intuitors, it's Aria here, finally back to do some regular readings. I'm not going to make any promises about whether I'll be doing weeklies, dailies, or how much, or what often, and exactly what ones I'll be doing, but I'm definitely going to be getting to the readings by sign, I would say at least on a weekly basis, with some number of readings in between during the week. So I am going to do a Heart of the Soulmate look. I keep blowing away my little sign for Aries here. We'll set that aside. And of course, using my new cards, I have decided to go ahead and separate out the animal oracles, the spirit animals, and I separated out the planetary influencers, which is the special bonus available only right now, and I separated out the timing cards. Actually, what I ought to do is set the timing card for each sign out while I'm doing this, and not for the sign, but for who we're looking at. We're looking at Aries here. Okay, so my Aries, the King of Fire. So these cards shuffle really well. I had kind of stopped shuffling my cards like this because I broke my arm a year ago and it really hurt to shuffle, amazingly. And then since then I was shuffling, you know, like just in my hands like this, but of course you get a lot better shuffle by doing the other way, and since these are made like regular, they're printed on playing card material, they're easy to shuffle. So this is the double deck of the picturesque Lenormand and the nuanced Lenormand, and we'll pull some of these other ones as we go along. So I'm going to push them away so I have room. And let's go ahead and take a look at you, and then we're going to just cut the deck and I'm going to pull from the top. What's going on with their energy toward you, your energy toward them, and we'll take a look at what's happening between. And then we'll get some influences as well. I've been doing some readings for this with this, and it's been really very, very powerful. Very accurate so far with what I've done when I'm doing readings. Sometimes a good way to test your reading skills is by doing readings on things you really know, the answers to, and then of course doing things you don't know the answers to and then seeing how they'll turn out. I've joined several groups on Facebook, which is also very helpful in the process of learning with whatever intuitive tool you're looking at getting into. It's always helpful to practice and interact with the cards as much as possible. That helps you learn it quicker. So this is actually, I'm not going to say either you or them. It's one or the other, and you might identify with either side. So for Aries, we have one of you who is really ready to take a leap of faith. And that's what the grasshopper is about. It's about a leap of faith, and there's an element to it of that, the Fool card in Tarot, if you're familiar with that one. In fact, when I picked the grasshopper and I was looking at even possibly corresponding different animals to the cards from Tarot, that's the one I would have put with the Fool. It's very much of a that feeling of looking, not looking before you leap and just taking that leap. And there's the grasshoppers are often thought of as lucky, kind of like the cricket. In different cultures, grasshoppers, cricket, that kind of creature is considered luck. And we have the Wheel of Fortune next to it. So I feel like whoever this is on this side, they're really ready to take a leap, but they haven't. I feel like it's new. It's not. This is like kind of a new place they've arrived to, where there's this feeling of real possibility of actually taking the leap, and I especially feel it strongly because the Wheel of Fortune is that luck, fate, but it's also that forces of the universe and the destiny and the synchronicity. A lot of things coming into play to change and shift. There's a lot of change there, and what it really is about, though, is about taking a leap into opening up for some kind of commitment in a love type of relationship. In the Lenormand, we have the regular ring card is considered for any kind of engagements, contracts, agreements, as well as marriage and that kind of thing. But I created the diamond ring specifically to indicate things like proposals, engagements, a promise, partnership, agreements, taking something to the next level. So even if this person isn't thinking so much about like getting down on their knees and proposing, or that may never be even what this relationship does, but there's an element of taking the relationship, taking the leap to take this relationship to a new level. That's really exciting to see. And we have a lot of receptivity on the other side for the other person. I feel like they are, first of all, we have the storks come up, which is they're totally ready for change as well. And this is a very profound change. The storks are like, it's really picking up and moving and completely altering, changing, and bringing in something new. And when we pair it with something like the garden, it's saying you're ready to make changes in a way that's publicly recognized as a change. So you might have changed already internally, but now you're ready to have you're ready to make that change open, coming out in the open. It's like being on Facebook and saying, changing your status from being single to dating someone, or engaged or whatever. And that's kind of like the trophy here, like, yay, I've really, I've succeeded here in this situation. And it's really kind of beautiful. I feel like almost a giddy kind of excitement between the two sides here, where this one is like, yes, I finally got it. It's what I've been waiting for and hoping for. And this one is like, oh my gosh, I never even saw this coming, but I'm ready to take this leap now, and it feels so great. And it's like this person is like more of a new awareness. It's like they're waking up all of a sudden to, oh my gosh, I can't live without this person in my life. And this person is like, I've known it all along. But they're ready for this shift and this change as well, but they've always known it all along. So they're the ones like, yes, finally I get the recognition and the success. It's, I am achieving this. And we have a very interesting, cards in the middle here. On one side, we have the islands, and I think it's interesting that it's on this side where I feel like this person here has been kind of like more the one in the dynamic who's been holding back and having this separation and this distance. The islands is about foreign affairs, going at it solo, isolation, being standoffish, separation, and estrangement. But one of the things is they're lonely. And I feel like they're like, oh my gosh, like I was saying, I don't want to be alone anymore. And I'm ready to make that leap and that change to shift out of this energy and come into more balance. We have balance in the middle here, which is, really between the two of you, this energy of being centered, balanced, where everything is just right. There's a mental well-being, a feeling of completion between the two of you. And then we have the house, which is all about like really, creating the foundations and the, that feeling and the sense of home that other person is, between the two of you. So really, really powerful things here. And because, everybody would like to know timing, some of you might be in a situation where like you feel like this could be your reading, but it doesn't look like it's anytime soon. It might still be a while out, who knows. But, shifts like this, when you have the universe behind you, that Wheel of Fortune comes in, and it's just like, it pushes people out of, also, they just told me about the grasshopper is a sign of transformation, very similar to the butterfly, because they go through stages, where they have a complete metamorphosis, and they go into like a, they have the different, I don't know if they kind of have a cocoon type of phase or not, but they go from a little worm kind of thing, and then they, become a grasshopper. So this person has been in those other stages before this. So they didn't even have the legs to hop with or the wings to fly, and now they do. And so it's a complete shift and a complete change to go from being a little larva kind of thing that just crawls around to being able to, hop and fly. So that's why now the universe can come in with this complete push from the universe to get them to make that leap, because they're ready, and they weren't before. It just wasn't going to happen before. So it's really, really beautiful. So let's take a look at timing here. So we have Gemini, which is weeks, and or else a season, and it's within 4 to 8 weeks, or during the spring between May 22 to June 21. And I have the sun, and that is absolutely perfect, because the sun is the giver of life, It is about having purpose, creative. The sun is always considered the yes card. So it's this feeling of yes. It's the feeling of I can take a leap. So this big shift. So that's your reading for next week or so. And thanks so much for watching and tuning in. And we'll talk to you soon. As a longtime tarot card user, I recently took the leap into learning Lenormand, another great intuitive divination tool for accessing the higher knowing of our subconscious mind. Developed in the 18th century by a famous seer, it has a unique voice and direct approach to everyday matters in life. With just 36 cards and simple imagery of things like the sun, the moon, a letter, or a tree, this system delivers thousands of specific meanings through corresponding two-card pairs. That's a vast possibility of intuitive messages, but the task of becoming proficient in its use is truly daunting. To tackle the learning curve, I decided to create a Lenormand-based oracle of my own that would be visually appealing, but also contain easy-to-read keywords to convey the card's various possible meanings, and contain additional cards that could represent the most common two-card pairs. It would also include timing cards, because who doesn't want to know when something is going to occur? The final result of my creative design process has yielded a trilogy, 3 sets of 36 cards for a total of 108. The picturesque Lenormand oracle is a beautiful, classic oracle with warm, inviting images evocative of old photo albums. The nuanced Lenormand oracle contains additional cards that were carefully chosen to represent the meanings of the most common two-card pairs from the Lenormand. The Zodiac and Spirit Animal Oracle contains 12 cards to represent each sign of the Zodiac and to address timing, but also to show up in a reading as a particular person, similar to the Tarot Court cards. A number of animals showed up with powerful things to say. Their voices add nuance and reveal secrets of spirit and remind us of our connection to Source. I'm also offering a collector's bonus exclusive to this campaign. It is 10 additional cards that are the planets, including the sun and the moon, and when paired with the 12 signs of the Zodiac, they actually form the major arcana from the tarot. This Kickstarter will fund the first run edition of the Nuance Oracle Trio, and subsequent sales will finance the completion of Intuit, an intuitive divination app I've developed based on the tarot and Lenormand. The rewards are as follows. I'm completely finished with the Intuit Nuance Oracle Trio card images. So as soon as the campaign is over, they will be sent immediately to the printers. Thank you so much for your support. I truly can't wait until they're printed, packaged, and shipped to you, and I'm confident that you'll enjoy using them as much as I have enjoyed creating them.